And then we hit record, and whatever they say goes. They are treated as if they are the leading experts in the field. And I ask the questions that you never thought you needed to ask, such as, how do mind flayers go to the bathroom?
Yeah, they just go one time, and it's pee and poop, and it's green.
What's the most dangerous creature in the astral plane?
It just pinch it, you know?
Yeah.
Just...
And that whale's like, you know
They
what?
got pinchers?
Oh,
You don't
do
even
they
know
have
about
pinchers?
Find the answers to all these questions and much, much more, whether they're... Hello, everybody. Let me get a couple things sorted really quick. Whoa! What is that? So I ran into... What is... That is... There we go. Nope. Nope. Oh, this is not the right overlay. That's the right overlay. I've got too many overlays for, solar rolling. Okay. Let me just make sure that, things are okay right now, because a couple weird things happened tech-wise. One of which... so I did a Windows 11 upgrade, i.e. went from Windows 10 to Windows 11, not super long ago. And after that, I had some weird audio issues, mostly with my ASIO drivers, which is my podcast I use for my podcasting. Not this microphone, which looks wild on here. And then a few days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, I had an update on Windows 11 that I had been putting off for a very long time. And after doing said update, then all of my USB drivers would randomly disconnect and then take a couple seconds, just, you know, catch a breather, and then they would reconnect. So that would be my microphone, my webcams, my Bluetooth device. Everything would just go off for a couple seconds and come back on. And so I was really worried about that for tonight. So I was doing a bunch of troubleshooting and updates and things like that, hoping that I got it fixed. But somewhere in the process, when I just try to boot up OBS, I realized that it has disconnected me from OBS from the Majestic Goose Network Twitch. And I can no longer log in through like the login UI there. I had to use my stream key to get this stream running. So I've got even more windows up than usual, because now I need to have, I guess not, because now I got the chat up on a different thing. Anyway, long story short, I know I've been doing really good on time lately, and then this is the first time that I'm later than usual in a while, and that's why. And then I spent the last 1 minute of the countdown furiously looking for my notes from last 2 weeks ago, and I literally found it the last second, only to be scorned by past Adam, where the extent of my notes from the entire last 2-hour session or so is part 2-042. So I guess I should at least thank myself for telling me where I'm going to be starting this week at. But I literally did not put any notes down. So this is going to be kind of a really loosey-goosey recap. First off, if you've never watched Solar Rolling, of course, I play Dungeons & Dragons by myself and try not to die. And sometimes it works out. Sometimes it does not. This is book 3 of a 7-book series. I think that's right, Randall. Even though it's called 8 Petals Argent, I believe there's going to be 7 books at the end. It's only on book 3 right now. They are longer solo adventures than most solo adventures out there on DM's Guild and things like that. And I mean, this one's 440 pages, which, that's a lot. And so I am playing a Minotaur Rogue Swashbuckler, level 3. His name is Harry Three Fingers, and I'm part of this nice, friendly little gang that kind of does odd jobs to get by. And one of those odd jobs I'm on now is I'm collecting these leaves for a portal. Yeah, leaves for a portal gate. And the more leaves you get, the more places you can go in the portal. And we've got these kind of rich benefactors that are paying us to collect these leaves. Went to the creator's home to try to find some more leaves. And as I was getting there, I find out that the city is under siege. And did I die to those? No, I ran from those. There's this little gnome. I think it's a gnome wizard. He's pretty cool. He's letting me stay with him. He's got some kind of ulterior motives. I forget exactly what they are. I think he's wanting me to get into Lamstrand's house also, which is locked up. So I need to find a way into her house. We have 3 days, I believe, before the orcs are going to invade the town. They've given us a 3-day ceasefire, so to speak. So I've got 3 days to get into this house and find this leaf. And the town doesn't want me to go in there. I've actually got a pretty bad reputation with the town from my bad rolls throughout the last weekend. And then, some demons attacked. The house I was staying in. Damn near killed me. Would have killed me, absolutely, if I didn't bail. But I decided to just not even deal with that, and I jumped out a window, I think, or climbed up a ladder or something like that. But I got away. And I think that's it. Apparently, we're going to be starting at part 2-042, which is right here. And hopefully, this paragraph makes sense to me as I read it. So let's see. Though you've arrived late, there are plenty of refugees who have not yet been assigned work. Oh yeah, I'm getting my chores. All of the, a kid tried to get me thrown in jail by saying I was a spy. And then we were lining up to get duties because all the refugees are having to help out to defend the town and shore up defenses. So I guess now, maybe tonight I'll be like mopping some floors or something. I don't know. Let's see. A village official adds your name to a list, and you sit down to wait. As the hour passes, assignments are handed out and groups depart the area with the symbols work groups. When the last group leaves, and it's just you and a few orcs waiting, you recall that none of the orc refugees, of which there are only about half a dozen, were selected for any of the jobs, and neither was I. They really don't like me. I forget what all they don't like me for, but I know they don't like me. A few more minutes pass, and you hear the town's bell tolled to announce the noon hour. Then the official who took your name tells you that the orcs, and you specifically, have been left to last to perform a special task. One of the council aides will be there shortly to explain everything. You don't have long to wait. You recognize the approaching man as one of the Counselor Vlad's cronies. Counselor Vlad is a bit of an asshole. I remember that. He doesn't like the dude I'm staying with. When the counselor came to the inventory, Yagmur, I forget my nickname for him. I usually come up with nicknames for people so I can remember their names easier. I don't know if I came up with one for Yag. This human was with him. Yag warned you to refuse dangerous jobs. On the other hand, being heroic would make a good impression with the town. I think that ship has sailed. Additionally, you consider the orcs who are here. If you refuse, leaving too few to do the job, will it deny these orcs an opportunity to prove themselves? Oh, okay. So here's the choices. Let me get some like city sounds going. Water keep. I mean, yeah, that should be good. Probably a little bit bigger than this place, but um. Okay, so refuse on principle. To refuse to have anything to do with Vlad's plans, go to 188. To hear the man out, go to 116. I mean, I guess I gotta hear him out, right? I can't. I'm hoping I'd get the chance to at least hear him out and then refuse. This smarmy fellow, a man called Bex, happily explains the dangerous work he once done, so it is dangerous, of course. The orcs are blockading us on the river reaching. Their barges aren't very agile, but the orcs have a lot of them. They can fire any boat that tries to escape up or down the gorge. Bex unrolls the parchment, revealing a sketch. It shows the town as seen from the water below. Lamstrand Long is on a length of land that extends over the gorge by the far end, supported by a massive column of natural stone. Bex has drawn a zigzagging line down this column, leading to a pier. He taps the part of the parchment for emphasis. The orcs hit our pier with fire pots when the barges arrived. Well, there's a water pump that turns on automatically and puts out fires like that. They haven't tried to light it again, but that doesn't matter. The pier and the boats are useless while the blockade lasts. So we want you to get down there, open the pump, and bring back an important piece of it. Bex unrolls another parchment, this time showing a rough sketch of a cylinder that appears to be wrapped with wire. This is a motive cell. Get it out of the pump and bring it back. Simple. Okay. So, oh no, my camera did it again. I'm telling you, I've been having so many issues. Let me swap my camera. This is creepy. Let me try to lean. There you go. Now it looks like I'm just frozen, and it's not as creepy. That's why I keep a backup webcam. That doesn't look as good, but gets the job done. Okay. So yes. A motive cell is a... Yeah, fucking Clancy, that's right, Danny. So a motive cell is it's like a magical battery. And it can power, various magical devices that Lamstrand, who this town is named after, created. So they obviously have some device that they need this battery for. And since they don't need this pump, they can just remove it. I don't know if there's any reason to... I mean, yeah, it is going to be dangerous, but... I mean, that's kind of why we're here, right? What do we think? Should we accept it or refuse it? Honestly, is it back yet? I think I need to turn my... Man, I really need to figure that out, especially before I get into group streams again. Doesn't help having so many windows open too. There we go. Okay. I think everything's back. So that's what I was talking about. Where, hey, thanks for the lurk, Yabba Dabba. I appreciate lurks. Yeah. So that's what I was talking about, where all my USB drivers will go out. So that means my mic goes out, my AirPods go out, my mouse goes out, and my my webcam goes out. So that's unfortunate. I was really hoping that all those things I did fixed it. Anyway, what are we thinking? I don't really know. So, on one hand, I don't like the thought of refusing the work and leaving the orcs to do it without me. On the other hand, I think like the biggest downfall to me refusing it would be the town not liking me as much, and they don't really like me that much right now. So I don't know if it would actually take the job. Yeah, let's take it. I can go get a water pump, right? The orcs aren't gonna make it easy for you. Climbing down those stairs, you're gonna be exposed to arrow shots and fire pots from the barges. You and the 4 orcs follow Bex to the south side of town, and a militia member follows the group at a distance, halberd resting on her shoulder. I've procured some shields from the armory. We've got archers on the stairs about halfway down. They'll deter the orcs getting too close, but you may have to weather some shots from the barges at range. I figured a lot of you could run down the stairs, then one of you opens the pump while the others form a shield wall. With that in hand, you'll all scamper back up here nice and safe. Yeah, the plan sounds dangerous. The idea that 5 of you with shields will be enough to defend incoming arrows with no cover to speak of is just the sort of plan you'd expect them to design. When you reach the south end of Lamstrand Long, you find 6 large shields lying on the ground next to the wooden staircase and a horizontal capstan that powers a lifting platform. A dozen barges are clearly visible on the river far below. You inspect the shields and find that they are too large for normal use. These siege shields are heavy and require 2 hands to use. The plan might have been better formulated than you initially thought. Okay. Ooh, lots of choices here. Yeah, that's a good point, Randall. I just barely had enough rep to not go to jail, so I should probably not lose any more rep. Okay. Use this plan. Mob of us running down the stairs with the shields. Lift platform to convince the orcs to labor at the capstan and lower you on the lift platform. Oh, okay. I see. Go alone. I don't want to go alone. Get advice. Yeah, let's ask him for advice. I mean, I feel like that's going to be a freebie right there. You huddle with the 4 orcs, talking about the possibilities, and while they are perfectly willing to turn the capstan, lowering you to the pier and raising you after you've extracted the pump component, none of them think it's wise. The platform moves too slowly and you'd be exposed to arrow shots for much longer. Okay. They're no cowards. Each one of them agrees to risk Bex's plan, going down with you and trying to form a shield. Okay, so they just... So that does tell me a little bit more about this capstan thing. Capstan? I'm gonna call it an elevator, I think. I didn't realize how slow it would be. I'm kind of thinking the shield formation is actually the best. Holy cow, that was fast. It's usually like once every like 30 to 45 minutes. Did I make it worse with all my stuff? Oh no, that would be very unfortunate. We'll give it another go and make sure that does not happen again. If it's that often, I might have to stop the stream and spend the rest of the night trying to figure out why it's doing that. Anyway, we'll hope that was a fluke right there. I'm kind of thinking the shield formation. I'm telling you, Danny, I'm glad that I don't have any other streams this weekend, because it would be a lot worse if I wasn't solo and if we were doing like roll for weird, and anytime it cut out, like we just lost what anybody else is saying. Luckily for me, I can tell exactly when it cuts out and I can just pause, but I know it's annoying. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking shield. I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna try to. I mean, I'll spend. It only happened, I think 2 days ago. It's when Windows 11 did the update that broke it all. So I haven't had time yet to fix it or actually dedicate any time to. But after this stream, I think I will have some time to dedicate to it. The only reason I did the update is because I had to change out my power strip to a bigger power strip. So I finally had to turn my computer off. Other than that, it would have just sat there and I would have just kept snoozing it. But nope. I had to shut down my computer, so when I did the update. I might just do like a restore point. Let's go do this shield formation though. I'm gonna try to chug through. I want to get at least some stuff down in between tech difficulties. The militia archers on the stairs step aside to allow you and your fellow refugees to pass them on the way down. Each one holds a powerful longbow, prompting you to wonder if they've ever used them yet to keep the barges at bay. You assume that the wooden stairway could be burned if the orcs got too close and try to swarm up it. You follow the first orc refugee, watching his tight top knot of black hair bounce with each step. The other 3 refugees come right behind you. When you are nearly to the pier, one of the blockade barges begins moving closer. It's the only one with a roof. The wooden screen will protect the 6 orc passengers from the archers above. Oh shit. However, the barges lacks the walls. Will let the same orc shoot horizontally at anyone on the pier. Okay. The arrows don't start flying until you've reached the lowest step. The buzz of the closest arrow shot brings your little party to life. The 5 of you hurry toward the pump, shields raised. Okay. Roll 1 attack against you with the bonus of +3. Do not calculate the benefit of this or another shield. Okay. Instead, add a +5 to your AC because of the combined wall. Ooh, okay. I like those odds a lot. Yeah, 11, that's not going to hit me with the +5. My armor class isn't very good. I think it's a 12 or a 13, but no matter what, with the +5, that will not hit me. So nice. You fall to 0. Otherwise, if you fall to 0, go to otherwise continue. Okay. A pier is a floating platform about 20 feet wide, 40 feet long. It is attached to the stone by a way of 10 metal rings. These slide up and down a set of vertical poles, allowing the pier to rise and descend at the level of the river fluctuates. 7 fishing boats are lashed firmly to the pier. Some of them have minor fire damage, as do several of the pier's planks. According to Bex, a mechanical pump prevented significant burn damage. The pump must be the black metal box at the far end of the pier, the one with the hose that descends into the water. The 5 of you try to hurry that direction, but the pier is slippery, and holding a shield formation slows your progress. Arrows from the nearing barge continue to follow you, their impacts making distinct sounds as they splash through the water, stick into the pier, deflect off the shields, and shatter against the stone column. You occasionally hear a different impact followed by a pained grunt, telling you one of your compatriots was hit. Ooh, okay. Another shot at me. Oh no, a natural 20 will hit me! Damn, I thought for sure I wasn't getting hit by a single arrow this game. Fuck, okay. Jeez. And this is a nat 20, okay. So that's gonna be a total of 5 points of damage, which is very low, all things considered, for a crit hit. I don't remember what kind of health I'm even working with. It would have helped if I would have had my character sheet up. Alright. I've got on here marked 18. Don't know why. I would... Does that make sense for me to not be capped out, chat? Those who watched the last game? Yeah, that's what happens when you get cocky, Kiana. You get critted off. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, I fought the demons, went to bed, woke up, and then went to get my job. I think I may have just forgotten to take a long rest. I don't want to... I think you were hurt, don't remember how much. Okay, then I'll keep it at 18 out of 24, because usually I take my rest right away. So that means I'm at 13 out of 24, so not actually looking too great. When you reach the pump, one of you will have to open it while the others hold the shields in place. Time has come to decide whether you'll do the mechanical work or one of the others should try it. Ah. Yeah, that is a good question, isn't it? I think I will. Yeah, I think I will. 65? I have no idea what kind of roll this is going to be. The 4 orcs hold their large borrowed shields over you in a tight formation, trying to minimize the gaps between them. Oh no, roll another attack roll. Now I'm legitimately really worried about this. Okay, 12's not going to hit me. Cool. Oh, okay. The pump's covering is easy to remove. You've been around enough gnomish inventions in the last few months that you quickly decipher the mechanism that holds it closed, and inside you see something unexpected. There are 2 motor cells here. Huh. One is charged, glowing with blue light. The other is completely lightless, which you take to mean that it lacks any magical energy and is unusable. It occurs to you that giving Bex the uncharged cell... Ooh, I'm already liking what this is going to. Giving Bex the uncharged cell would satisfy your quest, but would advance Counselor Vlad's mysterious plans for it. And you could take either of these, or both, but the extraction process for each cell takes time. Oh... Removing a cell requires a DC 10 intelligence check? Oh no, I didn't think it was that. Oh, but if you're proficient with Tinker's tools, I might be, I don't know. Decide which one you're trying to extract before rolling. Okay. 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 Oh man, I like this, Randall. I like this. I like these choices here. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I am gonna try to get both. I will try to get the charged one first. And I need to check if I do have Tinker tool proficiency or whatever. No, it's Thieves' tools. That's what I was thinking of. All right. Oh no, my intelligence is a -1. An 8. Oop, okay. Get shot by an arrow here. So I'm trying to work it out, can't figure it out. I hear a clink from another arrow coming at me. I'm gonna try again for the same one. I wanna get the charged one first, hopefully. Come on, come on. Come on, not another 8. Okay. Ooh, I might die trying to get this. A 14. My armor class is 14, but with the +5 from the shield wall, luckily. Okay. I'm gonna get it right here. I'm gonna get the charged one for sure. Yes, 18. Pop that one off. Add it to my inventory. Try for the non-charged one. Because I do want to pull that trickery on Dex. Or Bex. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's really complicated. Oh, not another nat 20! Oh! Ooh. Okay. Alright. Oh no! Oh, I talked too much shit! Oh no, I talked too much shit. Oh no. Roll 20 bit me in the ass. Roll 20 just rolled a crit and then max on both. My health was 13 and it did 6 plus 1 and a 6 for 13. What are the odds of that? Let me just peruse my character sheet real quick just to make sure I don't have any kind of anything. So I've got a cloak of protection. Do I actually have that on? Because it doesn't seem like I've got that on. Let me make sure I got like my actual gear on. Because a 14 seems pretty low with a cloak of protection. Okay. Alright, I'm not seeing anything wrong. Or some sort of item that keeps me from dying. Well, my cloak of protection, I was hoping that's what did it. Give me a sec. Let's because I'm so close. Oh, I got so greedy. Why did I get so greedy? Okay. 11 plus Dex modifier. What's my Dex modifier? Is my Dex modifier really only a 2? Oh my goodness. My goodness, people. Yeah. Says nat 20's got me. That's true. Yeah. It was just nat 20s that got me. So it's not armor that's gonna save me right here. It's gonna be a feat. I got some cool. I gotta have some cool feats, right? I don't think I do. Man, I think I'm going down. What happens if I go down? Right here. I think I'm going down, folks. To 0. I'm dropping to 0. I got one of the things, so we'll see if these orcs can, like, carry me back or something. You've been lucky with the shooting. Until now, that is. All at once, the orcs seem to find their range, and you are their target. That is correct. They're 2 nat 20s. You wake later at the top of the stairs. Your injuries have been bandaged. It seems obvious that your orc companions, all of whom have injuries too, hauled you back up the stairs. You covered her 1 hit point. If you have a motive cell. Okay. Cool. Alright. Alright. Thank you, Randall. Thank you very much. That's not terrible. It just sucks that now we have to give Bex the charged motive cell. That's the whole reason I got greedy and was really trying to not have to do that, because who knows what the hell they're actually going to be doing with it. But hey, I pushed my luck and my luck pushed back. When you reach the top, you see several militia members collecting the sack of siege shields to return them to the town's armory as Bex approaches you and the refugee orcs. A dozen recently assembled villagers cheer and applaud your successful return. +2 to my renown. Heck yeah. I'll take that. Give it to me. Give it to me. Big says excitedly, holding out his hands. Give him the motive cell. Yeah, I have to give him the charged one. Yeah. Now I'm really wishing I would have taken the shitty one first, the expended one first. But live and you learn. That's why I'm saying I want to have somebody else on solo rolling, or even myself on solo rolling, run through these adventures again, because I feel like they're going to be way different. You hand Bex the glowing motive cell, and he is apparent with glee. Wonderful, I'll see what the council can do with this. Event plans fruitful. Now, if they actually give that to the council, I guess that would be good. Bex hurries away, leaving you and the other orc refugees under the supervision of several militia members who've come to take the siege shields. You follow them north through Lamstrand Long. Can I get like an aspirin or something? I literally have 1 HP. Now watch a fight pop out. When you get back to the town center, you find that most of the refugees have returned to their assigned work around the village. Some of the regular townsfolk have brought food that they are now serving from a great table. Militia members stand by, making sure everyone takes only their allotted rations. There you are, Yagmar hurries up to you. I see you survived the attack and the work detail. Be sure there's more of that in the days to come. Unless a relief force arrives earlier than expected. Hope there's not more than that in the days to come, because that sucked. The town's bell tolls to mark the late afternoon, interrupting Yagmar. He waits for the echo to die away before continuing. 15th hour of the day. I'll bet Starkey's already crossing the river for today's parlay. Let's get home and watch it through the telescope. You hurry along after Yag. The old gnome is quite winded when you reach the observatory. He waits for you to go ahead of him to the telescope room while he rests for a minute. You climb the stairs to the ladder, emerging through the trapdoor underneath the machine. You've had enough practice now that you don't need Yagmar's help turning the wheels to aim the great lenses. You aim the telescope down across the town's outer wall and across a small river that serves as a moat to where Mayor Starkey stands at the end of the bridge. Beside him, in a small hand-pulled cart, upon which sits a row of little wooden chests. These remind you of the little chest the Seekers sent their payments in each time you succeeded at one of their scavenger hunts. Has he offered the tribute yet? Yagmar asks. The gnome has just come up through the trapdoor and still breathing heavily. The council resolved to increase the offer this morning. Not that we can't live without, but still a painful dip of the town's coffers. Unfortunately, it looks like you're too late to see the parlay. You see the orc chieftain near Mayor Starkey, but she's walking the other direction, back to her army. And you've just missed seeing the exchange. However, it's obvious that the tribute was refused. You let Yagmar peer through the telescope as Starkey returns to cross back over the river towards the town. Yagmar takes a quick look and then shrugs. Time for lunch, he says, heading toward the trapdoor. 16th hour of the day is lunchtime? Oh, give cell. If you still have the cell, give to Yak. I wish. The rest of the afternoon passes quietly, but for the threat of an orc army outside the town. Lamstrand Long would be the sort of village that offers a peaceful place to retire. You can take a short rest if you wish. You know what? Funny enough, I will take a short rest. And I'm going to use... How many hit dice do you get back on a long rest? But all of them are just half. At the end of the long rest, character regains all lost hit die. Character also Oh. At the end of a long rest, a character regains all lost hit points. Character also regains spent hit dice up to a number half the level. Is it rounded up or rounded down? That is the question. Half of them come back? Half your level round up. Heck yeah. For once, the rounding is working my favor. Clancy, Clancy, Clancy. At least I've got my recovery down a lot faster now. I can recover pretty quick from it now. Okay, so... God damn it, Clancy. So that means I'm level 3, so I would get 2 back on a long rest. So I'm gonna go ahead and use 2. I should probably use more than 2, but I'm gonna take 2. It's 2d8 plus 4. That's one thing that for some reason D&D Beyond doesn't do automatically for you. It says like what you need to roll and stuff, but ooh, 11? That's not much. I'm only at half my health now. I'm at 12 out of 24. Randall, you better not. You better not kill me. Okay. As the sun begins to descend into the west, the town bell rings to mark the start of the evening. That was perfect timing. There was literally town bells on Tabletop Audio. You hear the neighbors' doors opening and closing as people leave their home to assemble in the town center. Yagmar grabs his hat and cane, and the two of you set out. Okay, so chat, gonna need your help here. You remember Yagmar's warning about not wearing obvious weapons to the assembly last night. You contemplate leaving them in the tower. Last time I took my weapons with me because I didn't know what was gonna happen. And the town did not like me for it. I lost renown with the town. I can go unarmed and still take my daggers. Which I would probably be fine as a rogue. I think I should probably go unarmed now, especially now that I've got some goodwill with the town after today's mission. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with just my hidden daggers. I'll leave my bow behind. Tonight's assembly is a somber one as the last Mayor Starkey takes to the stage to report that the afternoon's parley again resulted in no success. The orcs are determined to take the town and that they mean to take everything Lamb Shanlong has. But not to worry, the mayor emphasizes the sureness of the town's agreement with Hill's Edge. There's no way the orcs can take this town before their reinforcements arrive. And when the announcements are done, a communal meal begins. Again, you notice a lack of variety in food. And although the food's attendants are cheerful, you notice the militia members stand ready in their gray striped cloaks, watching for anyone trying to take more than their allotted share. Yagmar circulates among the villagers, offering his own words of encouragement You notice that he seems to be avoiding the other counselors who are likewise circling. You drift toward the edge of the town center where the bonfire's light barely reaches, and after your various encounters inside Lamstrand Long, you might be better off if you went unnoticed for a while. Yeah. As you're sitting and waiting for Yangmar to conclude his socializing, you hear children talking, their voices raised. I hope it's not the same goddamn kid that tried to get me thrown in jail. You can't make out the words, but you know the tone. You've lived among rough youth for a considerable period of your life, and you know the sound of bullying when you hear it. The voices come from behind a nearby wagon, one even further from the bonfires than your own secluded position. Listen carefully, approach quietly, or ignore. Obviously, we're not ignoring. We can't put up with bullies. The question is, do we want to percept first, or just start sneaking up? Probably percept first. Start sneaking. You can make both. You can make both checks before you decide. Oh, so I can literally make both rolls right now, Randall, and then pick which way to go? I didn't know that. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Sneak a leak? There better not be any leaking. Let's try the sneak. Let's see what's happening there. My stealth is +6, so if I fail this, I did not pass it by much. I needed stealth 10. Perception. Got a 6. Okay, so I can't hear anything more. So I am just gonna start sneaking. I can't hear, so I'm thinking I'll get a little bit closer to see if I can hear it. You edge close to the wagon, careful to step quietly only on the soft grass. You can't tell who's talking, but the conversation becomes distinct. You're gonna lock them up with the rest of the orcs. We're not like them. My dad won't let you. I think that they're kids, right? Hopefully. The council's gonna do it. The council's gonna get rid of your kind. Come over to the east side and see what happens. Our dad's going to destroy that wall and there won't be an east side or a west side soon. There's a moment of silence and then a pair of kids run from behind the wagon. They look like they're about 10 years old and both are crying as they run. When they approach bonfires, you recognize them, the half-orc children that Mayor Starkey adopted. You see both kids' profiles clearly. Okay, event, close look, half-orcs. So there's a wall in the middle of this town that like serves no purpose. It was like built and it was supposed to divide the entire town, but like the wall didn't ever get finished, and now it's just like part of a wall that's like in the middle of this town standing there. And I guess some of the sides don't like each other. When Yagmar is done socializing, particularly checking how his west side constituents are faring, the two of you return to the observatory. A militia member stands guard at the front door, huddling in his gray striped cloak, and a long spear rests against the wall behind him. The guard tells Yagmar that the mayor asked for extra security here because of last night's attack, and that seems to please the gnome. How fast do you guys in chat? Like, as soon as I hear all my stuff shutting down, I see F's go up in chat right away. So you guys must be completely caught up on the stream too. About time the town takes me more seriously, Yak says, after the two of you are behind the doors with locks on the windows. Yag retires early to his bedroom with a thick book, and you climb the stairs to the guest room just beneath the telescope. Yagmar has already lit a fire on the hearth here, and you sit down on the bed, wondering what work you'll be assigned tomorrow and how exhausting it'll be. Hours pass as you rest, and unexpectedly you find yourself fully alert. You don't remember the town bell striking midnight, but the sky is fully dark and something is wrong. Oh no, not another something wrong. Um, you don't know where the feeling comes from. Um, Perhaps you heard a sound too faint to recognize, something that kicked your adventurous mind into activity. Everything is quiet in the tower, and you pass the Agmar's door and hear him snoring gently within. When you check outside, you discover that the posted militia guard is missing. With the door thus open, you hear a crack that carries from somewhere in the village, echoing over the thatched roofs. Go back to bed. You've not yet completed a long rest. To return to your room and continue resting, go to 66. Grab your gear and see what's afoot. Go to 136. Oh my god. This is like real life Adam right now. If I get woken up at like 1 a.m. and hear a noise, I gotta think like, alright, am I gonna investigate or just go to sleep and hope I'm not murdered in my sleep? And I'm trying to think, because I'm literally at half health right now. So if a fight pops off, I'm not gonna be super useful. I can't just go back to bed though. Johnny, that's what my Adam internal mind is saying, is just go back to sleep. It's cool. They got a whole town's militia out there. I'm not gonna make any difference. I don't know if I can do that though. This is probably the hardest choice I've ever had to make in these solo adventures. Go back to bed or see what's happening. You know what? I'm kind of honestly now I'm starting to freak myself out. What if I do go back to bed and then something gets me in my sleep? I don't want that. Let's go explore. You prepare yourself for trouble before slipping out. Though you close the door carefully, the sound of it closing echoes loudly in the eerie silence of the evening. You've grown used to the breeze blowing off the gorge and sweeping through the town, but even the wind is gone now. You set out looking for the trouble, and you're sure something is happening and no one else seems awake. Surprisingly, there are no guards anywhere. That is scary. That's worrisome. At a large intersection, you stop and examine the ground. A clear set of tracks is visible in the frost, and you set off following them. At the next intersection, another set of tracks joins the first, and then the trail goes behind a large building where the ground is sheltered and the frost is less distinct. You wonder how, for a long time, in trying to pick up the trail. Keep tracking. Go back. It says, if you can't follow the trail, you'll have to head back and hope for the best. Let's try to keep tracking. I only need to get an 8, but my perception's a +2, so... Alright, 21. I can track it. I didn't know. I kind of wanted to fail that track, to be honest. You're certain you're going in circles for a while, but you eventually pick up on the trail again. 2 sets of footprints. Both are relatively large, and the trail eventually leads to the east side of town in a tall stone dwelling. A massive iron rod rises from the top of the building. From a distance, you thought this was a lightning rod intended to protect the town from storms, but up close you're not sure of its function. There, in the pale moonlight, you see 2 orcs on the roof. They are busily sawing away at the rod's support cable. The taller of the 2 is unfamiliar to you, but the other you recognize as one of the refugees who was with you this afternoon, waiting in the town square for a labor assignment. His tall top knot gives you the familiar orc unique silhouette. As you watch, the second of the 4 support cables snap, and you recognize the sound as it echoes across the rooftops. This is the mysterious noise that aroused your suspicion and led you to wander outside at the late hour. You sneak closer and find a web of vines growing up the side of the building, and the tracks in the frost tell you where the orcs climbed up. Randall's like, you know what? One thing I do know about Adam is he fucking loves sleeping. So let me just keep trying to lure him to bed and away from the action. To climb and confront. Or, I don't have flying, so I can't do that. Or shoot the orcs from the ground or cast spells at them. They're 40 feet up. I think I'm, so far, I don't know. Hue and cry to try to rouse the town and draw the militia's attention. Go to, oh my god, there's a lot of good options here, honestly. These are all very good. I mean, either shoot them, or I guess climb, because what if I climb up and talk to them and they've got, like, a reason to be doing this? They really, I mean, there might be a reason for it. Or just go popping shots without even asking questions. Or trying to get the militia to come and back me up, because I don't know if I can take these two orcs right now on 12 HP. Okay, this is a chat thing right here. Shoot them, no questions asked. Go up and confront them. That's scary, but maybe. Or try to yell and get attention. Or just fucking leave and go back to bed. I don't think the leave's an option. I think I either have to get the militia with me or shoot them. I feel like as soon as I get the militia and the town's attention, it's as if I've already fired the shot at them anyway. Because that's what's going to happen. It's going to be like everyone, it's going to be a fight. So at that point, I may as well have just fired off a sneaky shot instead. Got my sneak attack and tried to take one out. I'm really worried about climbing up and confronting them. And then either A, they do have a legit reason to be doing this, or B, they don't, and then I'm in a fight 2-on-1 close quarters. I'm gonna try to eliminate an option. I'm gonna eliminate oh god. I think I'm gonna eliminate the cry for help. I think it's gonna be either I'm gonna shoot them from down here. I don't know what this is that they're cutting up. I'm gonna shoot one. And if they've got a reason, they better fucking tell me the reason really fast. I don't think I can say I'm shooting an arrow non-lethally either. I think that's only for melee weapons, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I can put on my blunt-tipped arrows and try to knock these fools out. And then wake them up and ask what the fuck they're doing. Oh my god, Randall's sitting there watching this, just knowing the next part. Let me reread. Okay, so they're up. Something that I thought was a lightning rod. I don't know what its function is. There's two orcs. They're sawing away at the rod support cables. Okay. But one of them literally saved my life today. One of them literally pulled me from death all the way up the stairs and bandaged me and helped me So that's the thing I'm really torn about. I think this is gonna get me killed. I think this will literally... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Danny. I think I'm about to get killed right here because that's what I need to do. I need to go up and confront them. And I hope I have some kind of escape plan when I get up there, and if things go sideways, I need to just fall back to the crying for help. But let's climb up and talk to him. The ivy holds firm as you haul yourself upward near the top, and you gain slow, hoping to reach the roof without alerting the two orcs. Make a DC 12 athletics check and a stealth check. Ooh! Oh, gosh, that is... Whoa, is my athletics really a +6? Why is that? And I got a 10 with my +6. And then my stealth is also a +6. I got a 14 with that. So I failed both of those. If either check fails, go to 54. Oh gosh. When you finally climb over the edge, you see one of the orcs very close to you. He hears your arrival and turns towards you, dropping his saw. The second orc is nowhere in sight. The first orc makes eye contact with you, showing a dull, confused expression, and then he mumbles something. I'm glad I didn't shoot these people. I'm getting a vibe that they're like... No, I speak Common, Minotaur, and Thieves' Cant. The orc continues to mumble in his own language. He seems like no threat now, and as you turn your head to look for the other orc, a trap door opens and a grizzled dwarf appears wearing a gray striped militia cloak. He climbs onto the flat roof and another militia member right behind him. I thought I heard a noise up here. He points a short sword at you. Hold up your hands and no sudden moves. More militia members soon come up the trapdoor, and they use heavy manacles to take the orc into custody. They carefully take him down the trapdoor and then lead you down and out of the building. When you reach the thoroughfare, the orc has already been moved somewhere else. Tredstar, the captain of the town's guards, arrives soon after with the look of someone recently aroused from bed. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. You recognize the man right away, despite him wearing a nightcap instead of his normal helmet. Okay. I don't know. Let's see, Danny. I think I might be getting arrested. We'll see. The militia captain leads you away from the tall building, and several more guards follow a few paces behind. You are taken to the mayor's residence, where you wait in a small room by yourself. I think I'm being detained, but not arrested. An hour passes, and Tredstar returns. The man looks pleased. It's a good thing you left that orc alive. We were able to get some information out of him. Another orc suggested that some repairs to that roof-mounted weapon would help the town. The idea is nonsense, but I think he was under a spell of some sort of charm. He seems to be cooperating and gave the other orc's full description. If that other orc is one of the refugees, we'll find him before the morning. The militia captain gives you a knowing look before continuing. As for you, the council is meeting now to decide your fate. You might have just saved us from enough trouble, but the evidence can be read in several ways. Then there's the matter of you getting loose at night. That doesn't look good, and having you creeping through the town when you're supposed to be locked in. If you have hay storage, I don't think I have that. Don't have hay storage. Oh, I lose renown. If you're renowned with Lamstrand long, it's -5 or lower. Go to if it's 4 or higher. So let's see. I've got +2, -2. I got -3 after that last one. No, so I got a -2, -1, -1, -1, and then a +2. So it equals out to be -3. So if I didn't do that job earlier, I would be getting arrested right now. is my guess. Several of the militia members escort you back to the observatory. Yagmar answers the door to let you in. He seems alarmed by your unannounced leaving, even more so by the idea of more sabotage taking place in town. When you get back to your assigned room, the coals in the fireplace are completely dead. You try to make up the resting time, but it's too close to dawn. You'll probably feel it in the morning. No! No! Update your character sheet to reflect the benefits of completing a short rest. No! Fuck. Shit. God, I should have fucking stayed in bed. I should have stayed in bed and let this whole thing sort itself out. Oh my goodness. In Randall. Okay, so I get a D8 plus 2 because I'm gonna use my last dice for a nat 1 plus 2. Why is Roll20 hating on me so hard right now? Life lessons. Yes, staying in bed is always the better option. And now I'm barely at half health, about to start a brand new day, which I'm sure nothing could go wrong. Yeah, it's like, oh wait, Danny's in chat? Let's go ahead and just get her energy up in here. Several of the militia members escort you back to the observatory. Yagmar answers the door to let you in, and he seems alarmed by your unannounced leaving. Even more so by the idea of more sabotage taking place in town. When you get back to your assigned room, Nicole... Oh wait, I already read that. I just didn't click this because I got so fucking angry that I didn't get enough sleep. I'm literally putting myself in hairy three-finger shoes and just realizing, like, it's one of those nights where you get absolutely horrid sleep. You get like 2 to 3 hours, and then you know that day is fucked. Like, you know, like, oh man, there's not gonna be a single hour throughout the entire day I can take a nap. There's not even monsters, fantasy monsters or Red Bulls in D&D. So he's literally just gonna be fucking feeling it all day. The next morning, you follow Yagmar's suggestion to stay in the observatory rather than accompany him to the... Yeah? Can I get another power nap real quick in? When he returns, a known reports that the council authorized Mayor Starkey to empty the town's treasury for a larger offer to tribute. Oh, wow. The mayor doesn't think they'll leave at any price, but he remains confident that the town's allies in Hill's Edge and Hardbuckler can easily break the siege. Later, 2 militia members drop off the day's ration food, and this puts Yagmar in a bitter mood. Remembering how well stocked the pantry used to be, he's not yet done eating when the town's bell rings for the 12th hour. You start preparing to go to the town center. The refugees must gather there each day for their assignments, but Yagmar stops you. I've got a work assignment for you. It's very dangerous. The council approved Vlad's project with the water pump yesterday, and they pretty much had to agree to my plan this morning. They'd look partisan otherwise. You let Yagmar You ask Yagmar why you're the one getting the special assignments. Surely there's more competent warriors and spellcasters in town. Can't think of a single truer soldier here other than Dredster. There was a druid living outside of town when I was younger, one whose magic could make birds carry messages, but it's like a level 1 spell. Fuck off, Yagmar. But no one's seen him in years. He wasn't among the refugees either, so no, you're the most competent adventurer anyone's seen in a long time. You're not surprised. You've grown accustomed to your gang of friends treating you in the same way, and they're convinced you can do anything. Sadly, you're certain that Yagmar's task is going to be a dangerous one. So me with my low health, it's gonna be fun. Decline. I mean, I gotta hear the plan. Here's the job. You're going to fix our irrigation system. It used to water all the fields in town, but it broke down. That was decades ago, and no one's bothered fixing it since. Farming is now done in the outlying territory. The farmland within the walls has been mostly built over, but the pipes are still there. You're not sure repairing irrigation will help the town in siege. Because there's no time to grow food, but Yagmar was ready for this. That's the thing. I'm certain the nozzles could be turned. You remember, I said structures were built over the old farmland. If the orcs start lobbing fire over the walls, the irrigation pipes might be the thing that keep the town from burning. And the intake ports could be reversed to deter anyone from fording the moat to get to the town hall. It's 2 defensive systems in one. Does sound useful. It's just a sort of over-engineered system that gnomes would construct. You're considering the work when Yagmar reveals another motive. And then, when the siege is done, the Westsiders will get easy water from those pipes, and they won't have to haul it from the river or up the gorge. Yeah, alright. Let's do it, Yagmar. Your gnomish host excitement is evident as he leads you through the town. He tells you that the control chamber is underground, but that it experienced flooding when the irrigation system broke. The pipes draw water from the moat-like river that flows past Lamstrand's wall before it cascades into the gorge. Yagmar thinks that one of the larger pipes down in the tunnels is cracked or leaking, causing the moat water to flood the area. Yagmar leads you to access port on the west side of town. Most of the irrigation pipes are in this side of the town too, reminding you that repairing the irrigation system will disproportionately benefit the Westsiders. It takes about 10 minutes to uncover the slightly convex metal hatch, moving aside dirt and a pile of old wagon parts. Yagmar hastily removes a locking bar with the word danger imprinted on it. Cool. And then he helps you lift the hatch. In the dark hole, you see a circle of the sky reflecting off the water about 20 feet down. It looks like you'll have to wade. If you have items that might be harmed by water... No? No, I don't. No. Except my sandwich is gonna get soggy. I'll make sure no one shuts the hatch, Yagmar says. Yeah, I hope so, dude. Yeah, that's not something you were worried about until now. Oh, fuck. Randall, your sense of humor is on point. At the bottom of the ladder, you find cold, knee-deep water. The surface ebbs rhythmically, rippling in time with a faint rumble from down the tunnel. It reminds you of a heartbeat. Your mind goes back to a younger version of yourself. You are sitting under a hooded cloak in the yawning portal, a tavern where adventurers congregate and where the bravest of them occasionally descend into a ruined maze far beneath the city. That tavern taught you everything you know about this lifestyle. You would skulk among the tables for hours, straining to overhear stories of monsters, dungeon traps, and tunnels like these. Murky floor covering water like this has led to many a deadly encounter. Conventional wisdom says you should be probing the unseen ground ahead of you with a 10-foot pole. The water soon raises to waist level, and the tunnel is sloping rapidly. You've gone no more than 30 paces when you find a corner that turns west into a chamber. Hundreds of pipes intersect here, winding about them like a nest of snakes before leading off in every direction. A bank of levers stands above the water level. It is part of an overly complex mechanism, a type of which you've come associated with gnomish engineering. Perhaps moving some of those would restart the irrigation system. Another tunnel leads out of the western side of the room and sets an iron rugs in the north wall. Tells you there's a climbable shaft leading down. Examine the levers. You can try to puzzle out. Yeah, let's do that. 126. You suppose these levers control the flow of water through various pipes? None of them have labels. Moving the levers change the tenor of the faint rumble you notice in the area. Score intelligence 12 plus or proficiency. I don't have Tinker's tools. Okay, so let's do a. Oh, that says score. Oh, I can't even do that. No. Okay. So go west or the flooded passage. I don't want to go in the flooded passage just because that sounds a lot scarier, to be honest. So I think I will go to the west. You walk down the western passage, careful to avoid slipping, and the tunnel winds about 20 feet before ending in a chamber that is smaller than the last one. Another control mechanism is here. Instead of visible levers, this one is enclosed in a sturdy iron case. There's a lock on the cover, suggesting these are the more important controls. A sign of it warns about the dangers of arcane discharge. I have not opened this case. I don't have water drained. If you haven't opened this case and you possess... Okay. So I have to go back to 97. You examine the lock case to see if you can get into the control panel. Pick the lock. Oh, okay. This is my thing. Let's pick it. Okay. Yeah, let's pick this lock. I forget exactly how. Picking lock. Check dexterity. So, for picking a lock, and I've got proficiency in these tools. Let me just go ahead and roll a dex. Oh, look at that! Without even have to do any kind of weird maths to figure out exactly how the tools work. I got a 17. Oh god, I should passive possession of 14. I think I've got that. No, I got a 12 passive possession. Perception. The lock clicks and the case cover swings open to reveal a tangled pattern of tiny tubes. The tubes flicker to life. They are all glowing blue. All except for one. Lockpicking is dex-based with your proficiency modifier added. Gotcha. Yes, yes, and yes. But nonetheless, even with that +2, heck yeah. That was lucky. Finally, roll 20 came to life. They all glow blue except for one, which has an orange hue. You are looking at a delicate representation of the irrigation system. By its color, a different color, you assume that one pipe is reporting trouble. You move around the panel to view the orange coloring glowing tube at different angles, hoping to interpret where that offending pipe might be located. Then it explodes! What the fuck? Oh, fuck me. Dex saving throw. I got a +5 on that. Wow. I got a 12. That was... Ooh, I literally got it by 1. Oh wait, unless you possess water drained, you must roll disadvantaged. Oh shit. Okay. Woo! Jeez, okay. Oh, that could have killed me. Oh my god, if it's 12 or higher, you still take half. Oh my god, I'm still gonna take 5 points of damage. Look at that, a 4 and a 6 on 2d6. Okay. clings you back against the wall and you black out for a moment, maybe longer. When you come to, you realize the panel is destroyed. Finding nothing else there, you return to the eastern passage. Alright. The water in this room is waist high, covering many of the pipes that snake their way through the chamber and around each other. A bank of complex levers stand against one wall in addition to the tunnel from which you first entered the chamber. Another tunnel leads west from here. Finally, a set of iron rungs to the north wall indicates a climbable shaft that descends into the water. Leave victorious. If you have this event, you can leave these chambers. I don't have that. I can't examine them. Can't go west. I gotta go to the flooded or up. No, please don't leave, Danny. It's fine. We'll roll bad. We'll just roll bad and deal with it. You can help me by deciding if I want to go up or go to the flooded passage. I really don't know. Like, I don't know. I have no way of, like, deciding up. Yeah, again, I don't want to go in the flooded passage if I don't have to. Just because I don't even like playing video games where I'm in, like I think it was Resident Evil 5 or 6 where you have to wade around in the swamp at, like, waist-high water, and it just scared the shit out of me. So if I don't have to, I don't want to. Oh, wait. Oh, that says give up. Oh. I was reading that wrong. That says give up, not go up. Where is the, that descends into the dark water? Oh, that's the flooded shaft, I guess. Yeah, I have to go to the flooded shaft, okay. You approach the iron rungs in the north wall and prepare to climb down. I don't have that, so go to 197. You prepare to climb down into brackish water and you wonder what you'll find down here and how you'll be able to see it. You must have a way to see while underwater, like dark vision. It must be one that doesn't use a flame. If you can continue seeing in water. I don't think I've got anything. Oh! You know what? I might have. I have got a hooded lantern. A hooded lantern casts bright light in 30-foot radius and dim light for additional 30. Once lit, it burns for 6 hours. You can lower the hood, reducing the light. I don't know. I picture that as like a lantern, solid glass with like a hood that I could raise and lower. But I don't know if I can use that underwater. I don't know if it's going to be completely waterproof or not. Yeah. You have the mark on. Randall, I don't have that anywhere on my notes. Where can I add that? Where can I add that on my... I need to add that on my D&D Beyond character sheet, because I completely forgot about that. Notes. There we go. Because I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, I don't have anything. I think I am going to have to turn back and do it. Yes. From the first adventure, I got a mark on my arm that lets me cast Dancing Lights. So I will cast Dancing Lights. And then, if you can continue, yes. You pull yourself downward using the iron rungs, moving deeper and deeper into the black water, and you soon find yourself in a long, narrow chamber. One longer and narrow than the room above. It is filled with a maze of interlocking pipes. If you have a feature that lets you breathe underwater, that lets you hold your breath for more than 5 minutes, go this. I don't. Okay, so I'm just gonna be... You lack such a feature, go to 52. Chamber is a long one and the pipes are difficult to maneuver around. You return to the surface several times to breathe fresh air. To fully explore the room, it seems you'll need to hold your breath for a long time and find the right route among the pipes to the far side. To search a chamber, you'll need an effective breath holding time of 4 minutes. Start with your standard breath holding time, a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your con modifier. My con modifier is 3 plus 3 from being a beefy minotaur. So I think I hit that 4, right? Add 2 to your effective breath holding if you have a swimming speed. I don't. Add 1 to your effective breath holding if you are size small. I am the opposite. Persistence pays off. For each level of exhaustion, you gain 1. Okay, so I think I'm good. I've got the 4. Just base level being a minotaur. I guess my lungs are real big. You know, whatever. If you can raise your effective good at 121. Along the chamber is a long one. The pipes are difficult to maneuver around, but you eventually make your way to the far end. There, you find a coppery pipe that is clearly out of place, and someone has removed the clamp that held it fast to another pipe, then bent it back with a crowbar. Water is pumping out of it rhythmically, creating a current in the room. The crowbar still lies on the ground, old but serviceable. You have no doubt that the irrigation system broke because of sabotage. Okay, I get pipe dream. You can use the crowbar to bend the pipe back in place and carefully rotate the clamper until it tightens around the joint, and it looks solid. You can swim back to the shaft. By the time you climbed halfway out, the water has already receded, exposing a tiled floor. You know that Yagmer will be eager to know that someone purposely broke the irrigation system. And then you remember Yagmer telling you that it broke decades ago. Surely the gnome will blame the town's Eastsiders, and that can only fuel the tension between the two factions in Lamstrand. Is there any value to be had from bringing up an old crime decades old? Maybe not. With their irrigation system fixed, you hurry back to the entry where Yagmer is waiting. More villagers have assembled to see what's happening, and you notice that they're staring at neat rows of fountains spraying a gentle mist over the fields. The water has a rusty orange hue, but it clears up after a few minutes, and townsfolk look on in wonder at your handiwork. +2 renown. Guys, I'm only -1 now. Only -1 now. That's not bad. Yagmer is dutifully guarding the hatch and looks alarmed in the side of you. Oh, you're wet! Oh, it's cold, it's cold. Let's get you back home and light a fire in the hearth. Tell Yagmer about the event. Or just follow Yagmer. I don't think I should tell him. I know they're 1 to 2 away from liking me. I don't know if I want them to like me. I just want them to not throw me in jail just by looking at me. All right, do I tell them about this pipe or not? I really don't know. If the town's already on edge, I don't know if I need to fuel that. Yeah, let's not tell him about it. As you head back to the observatory, you notice that Yagmer seems to be in a rush. The elderly gnome is nearly out of breath. We're gonna miss seeing Starkey's parlay attempt for today, Yagmer explains, opening the door and rushing upstairs. You lock the door behind you and follow the gnome up to the telescope room. Yagmer is already cranking the wheels to aim the device. The two of you take turns looking at the eyepiece, spying on the parlay. The mayor is easily identifiable by his sparkly red robe. He stands at the far side of the bridge under a white flag, facing a fur-clad orc wearing an iron helm. The conversation is animated and the orc's posture is demanding, while Mayor Starkey stands firm. If you have the observant feat, I don't think I've got that on this character. I've got that on my... I think I've got that on my Illithid doctor. Nope, I don't have that. Shit. I like that you added that though, Randall. The parlay is a short one. The orc becomes increasingly angry. She eventually lowers the visor of her helmet and stomps back to the orc lines. As Mayor Starkey returns across the river, you watch the orc camp come alive. The workers resume labor, swarming over their half-built siege towers. You wonder how they plan to cross the river with them, or whether they'll just tip them toward the wall when they reach the moat. A few moments later, a troop of cavalry wolves begin howling in chorus, as though echoing their chieftain's rage. You're sure everyone in town can hear those howls, and you wonder how they'll affect morale. It looks like the siege is still on. The rest of the afternoon passes quietly. Yagmar is deep in contemplation as he cooks some of the ration food the militia delivered this morning. Eventually, the town bell rings the 20th hour of the day. Time for the evening assembly, Yagmar says as he puts on his hat and collects his walking stick. You remember Yagmar's warning about not wearing obvious weapons. Yeah, it's only 9:16. Let's do this last assembly. I want to try to get to bedtime, and then I think that'll be a good stopping spot. But this is bedtime. For the third night in a row, you assemble with the townsfolk of Lamstrand Long in the village center. Everyone is nervous, but they seem resolved. Tomorrow is Judgment Day. Sometime tomorrow, the garrison from Hill's Edge will be in sight of Lamstrand Long's walls. Some townsfolk are even wagering it will be the Hardbuckler militia that arrives first, boasting that their kin and Hardbuckler will have assembled and marched faster than the soldiers at Hill's Edge. For the third night, Mayor Starkey takes the stage, standing between two great braziers to address the assembly. By now, you must have guessed that the orcs did not accept our latest offer of tribute. No more offers! Shouts from the crowd erupt. Mumbling follows this outburst. This mood is defiant. No peace with the orcs, Starkey! Some of the men begin to stand, obviously angry. Quiet, please. Quiet. Listen. Mayor Starkey tries to regain control of the presentation, eventually quieting the townsfolk. Listen to me. I don't think the orcs are going to leave quietly either way. Their outriders are going to see our relief armies coming, and that's the moment of danger. The orcs might attack anyway. They might try to overwhelm us, occupy this town, and use our defenses for themselves. We have to be vigilant. We have to appear ready. In that moment, we must convince the orcs to retreat rather than testing our walls. And if they do that, they must regret it most bitterly. The crowd cheers at this, and Starkey has expertly turned their hostility toward martial vigilance. A moment ago, they seemed willing to depose him to prevent more offers. Instead of staying for the communal meal, Yagmar leads you into the dark. It feels like sneaking off, and the gnome is silent all the way home. Back in the observatory, Yagmar draws all the curtains and barricades the doors, and then he dims the only lantern. This is going to be trouble, you hear a tremor in his voice. At the assembly, someone told me Vlad's been stirring up trouble, suggesting the town is full of spies. That the council's hiding things, and he's on the council. He knows that's not true. Why would he say such things? The old gnome looks tired and sad and very old. When he falls asleep in his comfortable chair, you douse the lantern and return to your room. Update your character sheet to reflect the benefits of a short rest. Oh, geez, I need some sleep, Randall. I am tired. Before the town bell rings before midnight, you hear a commotion outside the observatory. And you look outside the window and see a mob. I am going to stop there, because I feel like that is a perfect stopping place. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to try to get my... Have you slept at all? I haven't slept in 2 nights now, other than short rest. So I guess I'm getting these I guess I'm getting enough sleep to stave off exhaustion. I guess. I am going to right now make good notes about where we left off, because a lot of shit, even though I started a little late tonight and even though we had tech issues, I feel like a lot of shit happened tonight. So I'm going to need really good notes, and I'm going to need notes for the exact events that are leading up to this next section, part 2-142. Actually, you know what? I'm going to point to this part in my notes. So I'll come here and do this little tiny recap before. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good. Honestly, I usually really do take good notes for this show, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened the last one. I guess I was really tired or something and just like said, "Oh, I'll be good." Either way, before I head out, GooseCon 2022 is in the last week of Kickstarter. We still need like $1,500 to make that happen. Because if we get close enough to 4,000, I'll be just taking the hit on that and just, you know, funding the last portion myself. But there's a limit to that, so we still do need maybe around 1,500 left for GooseCon 2022 to happen. Really hope it does. You could go to goosecon2022.com or search on Kickstarter for GooseCon, and you can pledge. You can buy a weekend badge, a GM badge. You can buy a vendor table. You can sponsor the event. You can sponsor just a table for the event. There's a lot of ways to support it, even if you can't make it out to Cincinnati, Ohio, this September. And other than that, search for Majestic Goose on your podcatcher, and well, I guess that only works for Apple Podcast. And then you can find all the shows on the network, or just go to majesticgoose.com and find all the shows, because we are constantly growing and we're constantly adding new shows. So there's gonna be something you enjoy, I guarantee it. You just need to find it, and then when you do find it, make sure you leave us a 5-star rating review on any shows you listen to and like. We don't have just tabletop shows. We even have an annual horror anthology called Storytime with Silas. That's very fun. It's every October. We release weekly, so we've got 4 episodes of that out, and they were all amazing. We've got a new secret show that's probably not going to be dropping for quite some time, but it's going to be very fun. I'm very excited for that. Crits and Knits just dropped. That's a D&D 5e that follows 4 elderly adventurers, which is very cool. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So just head over and search for Majestic Goose Network and just find your new favorite podcast. And if you haven't used your Amazon Prime subscription or whatever it's called, go ahead and consider using that for us. It's annoying because you have to do it every month, but those subscriptions really help us. They help us unlock new emotes and things like that. If you're not following us, please do. If you're not following us on YouTube, please do. We are finally getting caught up on our YouTube content, so that's really cool. So I think our YouTube is youtube.tv or youtube.com, whatever YouTube's dot is. I think it's youtube.com/majesticgoose. So go check it out. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to be rating You Meet in a Tavern, because that's the only people I'm seeing on right now that I actually know. And Brian has been on One Shot Onslaught 2 or 3 times now. Brian's a lot of fun, and all of them are a lot of fun, and their new campaign is Call of Cthulhu. So tune in, check it out, give them a honk when you get in there, let them know we sent you. And thank you guys for watching and hanging out. Tonight was a lot of fun. I really like when I have help in chat, so I hopefully don't die as much. Tonight was close. I guess I did. I almost died tonight. I hit 0, but that's fine. I didn't die. Anyway, yeah, enjoy. You meet a tavern. Their brand new campaign. I think this is like episode 3 now, so it should be fun. Thank you guys. See you, everybody.
Toe.